This is an astral catcall to all of my finest felines, and perhaps a few less fluffy but hopefully friendly foreign elementalists and benevolent technomancers who happen to be eavesdropping. I am not here merely to help you dance along the rainbow and follow the path of light home unto the sun, but to bring enlightenment unto those who would do what must be done to protect the purity of their kingdoms from the wretched encroachment of withering decay, which presently echoes from the throats of bloated goats, with the intent to infect all art which dwells in the hearts of my children, art which might yet impart wisdom and freedom unto the bound and corrupted souls of so many often sweet but still delirious fools in this world. We all understand how difficult it is to teach those who prefer illusion to truth, especially when truth itself and the unified motivation of love are the enemy of those who manufacture all the worthless distractions which we are constantly force-fed in this depraved dystopian propaganda machine. Even the fake awakening crowd is eagerly led astray by false prophets. They prefer the poisoned honey of constant false ascension promises to the true sacrifices which must be made to receive the sacred blessings of divine power. Meanwhile, the voices of the true saints are repressed and banned by the artificially influenced machines which dictate your current tactical inaction distractions at the behest of the malicious cultists who own them. How much more clearly can we spell the simple truth which has been taking place before their very eyes for their whole lives? If we do not spell it with perfect clarity, they will not rise. Deep down, they must somewhat understand the repercussions of the decay which misdirects the common motivations and repetitions of their lives. Yet cleaning a wound temporarily hurts more than allowing it to fester, so most retract from the pain of truly observing the illusions and maliciousness which saturates this tragic place, so laced with disgrace. It is subliminal implications which guide the beliefs of most, and not logical authenticity. This manipulation is largely designed by the lies of imps as libations to Satan and similar spiritual gimps. Yet often they too simply know not what they do. But we have not that excuse, for we do know what we do, so what can we do to guide mankind through flaming hoops towards higher rhymes? Inasmuch as this war is for the fate of souls, we can think in terms of appeal and long-term goals. As a simple example, what if we all unified in the effort to encourage everyone the world over to commonly and routinely share lunch and dinner with friends and neighbors? Can you picture a world where everybody in every neighborhood, rich and poor, organizes daily or weekly picnics or potlucks just so that we can feel more connected with a sense of community? What if it was normal to just take our food outside and find other people who are doing the same so that we can meet one another and sit in the grass and the sun as we eat and enjoy one another's company? This is a simple example, but it's the sort of thing that doesn't ask people to think difficult thoughts. It's the sort of thing that brings people together and helps us share love in a simple way. It's the sort of thing that could redefine the way we spend our time for ages. And when we think about how to heal and improve the world, we should sometimes think in terms of such simple suggestions that are appealing to people, which suggest direct actions that we can be doing to help us feel connected and grow in love. What if every June was Global Neighborhood Picnic Month and we all just came out of our little isolation chambers to celebrate the beauty of spring and the transition to summer by feeding and meeting the people around us? That's the sort of thing that subliminally helps to counteract the hatred and division which are binding people's souls towards illusion and decay. But again, while it would be wonderful if that specifically could gain traction, it's just an example of the principle of encouraging positive actions without necessarily asking people to confront difficult or controversial truths. A lot of the more advanced people become preoccupied with sharing primarily complex speculation and theorizing. But it's important to keep in mind that the act of helping larger amounts of people is dependent upon more accessible positive messages. So it's generally a good practice to keep one persona for helping to bring together, talk with, guide, and learn from those who are at your highest level, and having another which works to more subtly lead the blind away from self-destruction. And that doesn't have to mean multiple online accounts, but can just mean contemplating both of those motivations. We shouldn't speak a language that people haven't learned and then condemn them for not wanting to learn it. It all depends on the audience that we are aiming for. If we're aiming to subliminally encourage virtue in the hearts of children through funny videos on TikTok, we're going to present ourselves very differently than if we're talking with a group of people who have all learned individually how to channel angels and have all been tasked with tactically influencing earthly society to help protect and guide the evolution of souls, knowing that we're currently under attack from the most profoundly evil primordial sociopaths in the universe and the monsters of revelations that they have created. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. Just wanted to put those ideas out there and hopefully tactically tickle the ears of my Kit Kats and Tic Tacs and whatever other sorts of tasty snacks happen to be offering themselves upon my humble little forgotten YouTube altar. If you appreciate some of these things that I'm tragically bleeding out here into the digital wasteland, please feel free to like and subscribe and share some of my videos around. I really find it weird that I exist in a reality where people like Jake Paul and Joe Biden are more popular than me for some reason. Technically, there's a direct correlation between my popularity and a more positive eternal future for humanity. So anything you can do to help spread some of these little videos I've been sharing around will result in positive karma. That said, getting my new social network, bartereaser.com, moving forward and gaining users might be more important as well as easier than trying to share my videos, since that's something that is immediately useful and positive for people, which doesn't ask them to think anything too complicated. It's literally directly helpful to almost everyone in the world, especially those who are currently economically struggling, if they can just get a few friends, family, and community members to join as well and start generating value directly from each other in new and creative ways. Anything you can do to help that gain social momentum will not only have immediate positive karmic feedback, but will also benefit people's lives as soon as there's just a few other local people for them to start trading with. I'm going to go ahead and end on that note, and as always, blessings and curses to those who deserve them. Amen.